Hi, Chanel. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me. Happy to
Uh,
be here.
My pleasure. Now, I understand you've written a cookbook for children, and if I remember reading the email you sent me, for children as young as 4 years old, is that correct?
Three, actually.
Three.
Children as young as three, yes, can utilize this cookbook with almost little to no help from a parent or adult. And that is what makes it so amazing.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we'll get to that in just a moment. Chanel, I really want to know a little bit more about you. Tell the audience who you are and where you live and how it got to the point where you thought of even writing such a book like this.
Well, like you said, my name is Chanel. I reside near Atlanta, and I am a homeschool stay-at-home mom. So I'm a wife. I stay here with my husband and my three girls, and really, that's me. Like we have fun doing homeschool. We have fun doing all type of different activities, and it's kind of that is kind of just what we enjoy doing. So everything kind of started out because I started an Instagram page, and it was just documenting my journey as a stay-at-home mom and homeschooling mom, and then everything from there kind of just kept going and transformed into what we have today.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm a father. Of course, my son is a grown man, and I remember he liked to cook, and I like to cook too. I think he was 11 years old when he made dinner for us, but 3 years old
Wow.
is pretty young. So, explain how a 3-year-old could make anything.
Well, more on that, a little bit more on that backstory. So I told you I have three girls. My oldest, about 2 years ago, she loves to cook. And so she was like, Mommy, I want to cook. I want to cook. She always wants to, she's so independent, Miss Independent. I don't want your help. I want to do it. And so about 2 years ago, I started looking for a cookbook for her to cook with. So I started with Amazon, and I don't know how everyone else is, but if it doesn't exist on Amazon, it doesn't exist really. Like I do so much shopping on Amazon. But after looking and looking, I just couldn't find anything. I found a lot of cookbooks that allowed children to cook with their parents, but none that really allowed them to take the lead. And so at the time, I'm like, man, I can't find what I'm looking for. And one of my good friends, she was like, you should just write it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe. And then she goes, no, you're a wonderful writer. I've been writing since I was younger. Just fun stuff. Like I said, we do homeschool. So I write little stories for the girls, little books, make up games. And so I'm always doing something related to children's writing or books. And so she's like, you should just do it. I'm like, okay, yeah, why not? So 2 years later, we are where we are now. And to kind of just go back to your question, why as young as three? So, like I said, she was young. This was 2 years ago. She's six now. She couldn't read then. So my idea for it was to use bright, big, bold pictures so that a child could essentially look at the pictures and they don't need the words. So the book shows and I'll show you guys I'll show you some examples so you can show the viewers. But there's big bright pictures, so you will have like a picture of uh a bag of flour, and then you have a picture of a measuring cup, and then so the child would know, okay, I use 1 cup of flour, to make this dish. And so what makes it even more unique is that it's color coded. So in your book, you might have a yellow 1 cup of flour. And in your kit, you also receive a kit full of colorful measuring cups. So all you have to do is go to your kit, find the yellow 1 cup, and then the child can use it. And so that was kind of, I really wanted my daughter to be able to just to be independent and and flourish in that area because she loves to do it. So that's really how simple and easy it is.
That's great. I have to admit, I use colored cups as well. And if I'm making Japanese rice, I need the purple cup and the orange cup. I can't tell you purple cup is 1 cup. The orange cup, I don't know if it's a third or a quarter, I forget, but it's orange. I just know I need the orange
Yes,
one. Yeah.
yes, it
So
comes
it
in
works.
handy. It
Yeah,
comes in
it does.
handy.
Yeah.
And for this particular book, I also wanted to, like I said, I'm a homeschool mom, so I wanted it to have an educational element as well. So it teaches children to learn their colors or and counting. So at the end of each recipe, we have a review. So it may ask a review question: how many yellow cups did we use, or what colors did we use in this? So the a child can have practice with yellows and blues and just learning all their colors. We have parts of the book to where you have to use blueberries, and instead of saying, use a half a cup of blueberries in that particular recipe, I might say use 5 blueberries. So the child has to go and count the blueberries. So it's really, I really wanted it to be an aid for homeschool parents if they would like, but also just so the child can have fun learning, and enjoy that, and then feel a sense of independence while they do so.
Great. Let's get back to those colorful cups. Did I understand correctly that it's something that you provide or can provide, or is something that people get on their own?
Yeah, so we're actually, if you would like. So
There's the kit.
here's the kit right here. And so it comes with the book and the cookbook. Everything you need is in this
Everything
kit
you need is in
to,
there.
yes. So I'll open it and you can see that we have the color coded measuring cups. So yes, they come in the kit. You get these measuring cups. You get the smaller, teaspoons and everything. As you can see, everyone has its own color. You also get a child safe knife. So many times, even with young 3-year-olds, a part of just growing and developing is learning how to manipulate small objects and different things. So it helps with dexterity and kind of letting them cut themselves. So we have nice and safe. And it also comes with a chef apron and hat for your little kiddo to feel more like a chef in the kitchen. And you would think that's it, but it is not. Still more. We had a dry erase marker, because for anyone with kids, you have a kid. I know you said your son is grown now, but anyone with little kids know they make messes. So you can only imagine you pay this money for a cookbook, you go in the kitchen, and the kiddo spills something on it, and the cookbook is ruined. Well, with our cookbook, take it out, you can see it has like that shiny gloss
Yeah.
material. So doesn't prevent all disasters. However, your spills and some of your little things that you can just take and wipe up and get a towel, you can wipe it right off. But that
Wow.
also allows for the dry eraser to work on it as well. So the fun can be repeated over and over again. So
That's
yeah, you
right.
get all of this in the kit.
Excellent. Really good.
Yes.
I'm curious
Yes.
though, does this course in the book itself encourage eating good foods, whole foods, vegetables, and that sort of thing, things that kids generally shy away from?
Yeah, so in the book, all of the recipes, we use a lot of fruits and vegetables. So the recipes in itself use a lot of healthy ingredients, as well as we also have Allie the alligator, who is in the cookbook, and Allie the alligator will pop up every once in a while um, and give helpful alternatives to some of the ingredients. So if you have a certain type of allergy, or if you want to use a different type of fruit, Allie the alligator will give you suggestions on how to make the dish either healthier or more suitable for your dietary needs.
Really good. I'm really happy you did this. When did you write the
Absolutely.
book?
Thank you. So I started writing it 2 years ago, and I self-published. So it was a journey. So it just took just learning the different things. They have the traditional routes where you can go KDP or Ingram Sparks. They have all those different avenues, but I decided to fully self-publish. So I'm in contact with the manufacturers and shipping and everything. So it's been a 2-year progression on getting everything just right to kind of get to this moment we are in now. And not only did a lot of the recipes my family does, and my now 6-year-old cooks anyway, but also what makes my cookbook unique is prior to each recipe there is a short story to kind of further facilitate that parent-child involvement. So again, like example for the blueberry recipe I was talking about earlier, the beginning of the story is Hadassah, which is my oldest. If you notice, the book is Kid Day Cuisine, Hadassah's Breakfast Delights. So it's the first book in a 3-book series, each one dedicated to one of my daughters. So the first, Hadassah is going to pick blueberries with one of her friends. So the story talks about their blueberry picking adventure. And at the end of the story, it asks, would you like to make blueberry muffins as well? And so it kind of goes into the recipe. And then at the end of the recipe, it has a review section, fun facts, and also an activity page for kids to do and complete. So it's like a whole complete, like fun-filled package that kids can enjoy with parents. So it's pretty
Wonderful.
exciting.
Wonderful. And how are you marketing the book? I mean, I can think of all kinds of ways. Being that you're homeschooling, are you connected with the other homeschooling moms at all?
Yeah, so part of my marketing plan we just started. So we just started the pre-launch last week. So the book is slated to be fully launched at the end of October. And so I'm in a lot of homeschool groups, advertising to those moms, stay-at-home moms who don't homeschool, advertising to those moms, just all type of different family groups. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. And so we're now starting a big campaign. And once it gets closer to the release date, the book will also be available on Amazon to purchase. So it's me and my small team of family and friends and our surrounding circles just trying to pre-launch and do as much push as we can. So
Mhm.
we're all very excited.
I'm trying to imagine what your children will be like in their 20s, and they're holding on to this book and the memories they have. It's wonderful. It's really beautiful. Really
Thank
beautiful.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
Every like I said, each my hope is that after this book we'll have a book 2 and a book 3. This particular cookbook has all breakfast recipes. So the plan is to do a lunch cookbook, and then also my third one, either dessert or dinner for my last daughter. I haven't really narrowed down those recipes yet,
Hmm.
but yeah, so I am excited for us that is something that they can have and grow with. I love the time we get to spend in the kitchen with me and my daughters, just with them learning and just see their little eyes light up. And at the end, they really are proud of that they created something all by themselves. You know, sometimes it looks like the picture, sometimes it doesn't, but they always have a great time eating it and enjoying it, and then just say, "Hey, I did it all by myself." And so it's just I love that. I love that for them, and I would love to see that for other parents and with their kiddos to experience the same type of fun and joy we have in the kitchen. So
Yeah.
that is the goal.
You say the book is going to be launched in October. I see you have a kit. I guess it's your own kit there.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
but what are people saying about the idea when you're presenting it? Because obviously they don't have the book in their possession or the kit. What kind of
yes.
response are you getting from your groups that you're part of?
So we had like a soft like pre-launch tour where we had focus groups. So we had kits made up so that we can have actual parents test it, because it's one thing to have like an idea or a concept in your head. It's one thing for my kids to love it, but I don't know necessarily how other kids and parents will like it. So I had some sample kits created, and we had a focus group, and I was actually, my breath was taken away of how much positive reviews that I've gotten from the use of the kits. And if you visit the website, you can see some of those reviews on the website. And parents just loved it. They loved the idea. Different parents, different kids love different things. I had one little boy who did it. He was like, he just loved to dress up and loved the apron and the hat, made him feel like a really, really a actual chef. Other kids just love like the counting and like just doing things in the kitchen by themselves. So we received a lot of very positive reviews. So I'm excited to share it beyond our focus group and beyond the kids that have already tried it. So really
Very
excited
good.
about that.
Very good. You're doing this in a very professional way for being a self-published author. You sound very professional. That's great.
Well, I
And
really appreciate it. That's hours and hours. I'm telling you, YouTube and research. When I tell you it's been a journey, one of the biggest things I ran into was just like testing, just something as simple I didn't think about when I first did it. because I want the materials to be safe. So people who purchase this kit can rest assured that everything has been tested. It's CPSC certified. So I have my child protective certificate, and we tested all the colors and every piece, even the cookbook itself, down from the lamination, has been tested for safety for kids. So that was a big thing. It's just so many steps I wanted to go through to make sure that everything was correct. And I just learned this by hours and hours of reading and research and phone calls. And that's part of the reason it took so long to kind of launch,
Yeah.
because like you said, it is self-published, and just learning how to do the things the correct way and the right way and the safe way
And the safe way. Yeah.
was a journey. But it's a journey that I'm happy I took, because as a parent, as a mom, when my husband and I buy products for our little girls, we want them to be safe. We want them to be good products for them to use and not have to worry about choking hazards, or not have to worry about, anything unsafe.
So you've mentioned we a few times. Is your husband part of this campaign of yours?
So he does a lot of things in the background. Like I said, I'm a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling mom, but that's only possible because he makes it possible. So he goes out and he allows us to, allows me to interact and do things like this with the girls. And so he he is the business mind as well. So he already runs a couple small businesses for for the family, and so he has that business mind. When he's like, "Did you think of this?
Right.
Did you think of that? Did you do
That's
that?"
right.
And
That's right.
he's the one I mess with him. Like, when I bring something to him, like, okay, what is he gonna say? Is he gonna hurt my feelings? But it's always really good feedback. And so when I say we, yes, is the company is them three and me. That is me and the three girls, because we do all the homeschooling
Mhm.
and all the activities. But the we with dad, like, it would not be possible without him. So yes, it is a family team effort, as well as my outside circle of family and friends who have all stepped in to help with the project. So it's definitely, when they say it
Mhm.
takes a village, like in my
Yeah, you're
my
proving it.
situation, it's
Yeah,
more like a city or a state or
that's right.
like a whole country. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been fun. It's just definitely been a journey.
It's a great time to be doing this too. Although
Yeah,
even to be able to do this 20 years
yeah,
ago would have been even harder.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
have you had to pay for editing, and did it cost you a lot of money to get to this point?
Um, So more than I originally thought by doing it myself, definitely more, because things just kept coming, like I said, the testing and finding different manufacturers. So definitely more than I thought. Things that I could, like, I have friends that are already, like, they're writers that kind of help with the editing process. I utilize Upwork a lot. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but Upwork is just like an app, a professional app with freelancers, and that's been very helpful. I've made a really good connections on that. Um, and so I did pay for editing. And so it's been a 2-year process, so I've done a little bit at a time. So in the grand scheme of things, if you like the total, it definitely started out one number and increased like double or triple that. But over the 2-year period, kind of spanned out, it kind of made a little bit of a softer blow, a little bit. But yeah, I
Okay.
definitely I recommend for self-publishers who use, like, freelance websites like Upwork really came in handy for me.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
it was really helpful.
sure. Yeah. Do you have any pre-orders?
I have started getting a couple pre-orders. So I'm really excited about that. I every day I check the website and say, "Oh, do we pre-order?" If I see my little number going down, so we literally just launched last Thursday or Tuesday. I think since then I have like 5 or 6 pre-orders. So I'm really excited about that. We have a couple of big campaigns coming up. A couple of collaborations we're doing with some big Instagrammers. We have a couple of things coming up which I'm excited and hopeful that those numbers will kind of boost some things locally with my local bookstores and libraries. So
Hmm.
I'm just really excited for the next 6 to 8 weeks before the end of October. That's why I kind of gave myself so much room to
Okay.
kind of do this whole campaign. So yeah.
I'm just curious. What would be the cost for a pre-order?
So the pre-order, so the cost of the book is $54.99. So the pre-order is that price. But for all those who pre-order before October, you get a cool $40 value of posters, like kitchen posters, and a visual grocery list for your kids. So which are both really, really cool. And I'll see you those. But so you get a copy of like 5 different posters to hang in your wall, to hang on your walls in your kitchen, or to help further facilitate the healthy eating with your children. And then you get the visual grocery list, which is basically for little kids. Again, they can't read. So basically,
Mhm.
it is
Oh, I see.
pictures of food and
Sure.
fruit, like the 80 common ones that you may buy when you go to the grocery store. And you have like a little grocery list, and then it allows the kids to kind of pick out their foods and kind of either cut and paste them or use little Velcro dots to go shopping with mom. So you get that.
Oh,
And then
well,
you
that's good.
also get entered in winning a personalized embroidered apron and hat, chef hats with your pre-order. So you get a
Okay.
lot of cool gifts up until the end of October if you decide to pre-order with us.
Okay. Well,
That won't be
that's nice.
available afterwards.
But the cups are available either way, right?
I'm sorry.
The cups, the colorful cups, that's the one I'm
Yeah,
on. Yeah.
yes, yes. The
Yeah.
colorful cups will come in the kit, and they will be available forever because that's how you have to operate and go through the book. So the colorful
Well,
cups,
yeah.
the
Well,
knife,
measuring spoons, yeah.
yeah, all of that, they will all
You
come in
got
the
the same
kit
stuff I got.
together. The only difference is that ours are particular to that book. So
Yeah,
our
yeah.
colors match up. So if you have the same colors, then you
Yeah.
are already one step
I'm
ahead.
already one step ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I had grandkids, I would consider it.
Yes. A lot of
Okay.
grandkids. We have a lot of grandparents. I had a couple that are
Yeah,
really excited to get it for their grandkids
for
for
sure.
gifts,
For sure.
birthday gifts and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a very delightful interview or the conversation we're
Thank
having here.
you. Thank
Anything
you.
else you
Yes.
want to say about your website or your book, the last words you have?
Um, Not really. Just follow us on follow us on Instagram. Go to the website. We also do. I have a blog on there, so it's always really cool, helpful things that you can do as a parent. Fun activities, helpful hints. So we have a blog full of information. Our Instagram account is full of fun, cool activities. So if you follow us, even if you say, "Hey, I don't want to pre-order the book right now. Maybe in a couple of weeks, couple of months, just follow along for the fun. We're always doing some cool things that I think will be helpful, if you have
Mm,
little kiddos of your own.
okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well,
Right.
I'll be putting all that in the description and I'll put it visually in the edit as well.
Okay,
So
cool.
people will be able to see that. Chanel, it's
Thank
been absolutely fantastic talking to you about this.
thank
It makes me
you.
feel really warm inside.
Well, that is exciting. Yes. Our goal, we're a family company. We do fun things, and so we just hope that everyone feels that will feel the warmth and the sincerity and honesty from us.
Excellent.
With
Super.
that we have. Yes.
Well, you and your family have a good time
Thank,
moving forward with your campaign,
thank
and
you.
we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. If you like what I do here on Tell Me About Your Book, then please subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and don't forget to ring that bell for future notifications. And if you are an author, I would really like to speak with you. Until such time, keep on writing and be kind to one another.